After the fall of Indrajit and Kumbhakarna, Rama now faced the greatest obstacle: how to cross the mighty ocean and take the army to Lanka. Valmiki describes Rama's act poetically. For 3 days and 3 nights, he stood with folded hands before the ocean, gazing at its endless expanse. At last, he fired arrows into the waves, and the Lord of the Sea appeared, showing him the way. What does this mean? Rama was studying the ocean, its tides, its currents, the way sandbanks rose and fell with the water. He searched for the narrowest, shallowest stretch to attempt a crossing. Most likely, this was near modern Rameshwaram, at a point now called Dhanushkoti. Even today, from satellite images, we can see the chain of shoals and islets stretching across the waters, reminders of what tradition calls Rama's Setu. Once the site was chosen, Rama entrusted the task to Nala, the great engineer among the Vanaras, and so began one of the largest construction projects ever imagined. The idea was simple: fill the sea with boulders, rocks, mud, and tree trunks to create an embankment. But the scale was staggering. Hundreds of thousands of Vanaras cut trees, lifted stones, carried them on their shoulders, and hurled them into the waters. Teams were organized methodically. Some gathered timber, others hauled rocks, others measured and tied the structures. Slowly, a pathway began to emerge above the waves. Valmiki even records their progress. On the first day, they built 14 yojanas. On the second, 20. Then 21, 22, and finally 23 yojanas. In just 5 days, the bridge stretched the full 100 yojanas, the same distance Hanuman had once leapt across in a single bound. When the Setu was complete, millions of Vanaras marched over it. The scale was astonishing, a living river of warriors crossing from the Indian shore to Lanka. And remarkably, Ravana did not attack. This was a grave strategic mistake. While the Vanaras were still landing, they were most vulnerable. But Ravana, overconfident, never imagined anyone could accomplish such a feat. When he finally saw the completed Setu, he realized his error. For the first time, Ravana admitted to himself, "What Rama has done is unprecedented. I underestimated him." Thus, the ocean itself had been conquered, not by brute force, but by devotion, patience, planning, and the labor of countless hands, united under Rama's leadership. The bridge was called not Rama Setu in the original epic, but Nala Setu, honoring the chief engineer who made the impossible possible.